Shawty, see the colors, all the colors in my chain. Shawty, see the diamonds, all the diamonds in my ring. I can get you anything. Chain, money, everything. I can be the co-pilot, you can do the drive. You can be the star, baby, I can be your stylist. Know my name ain't Gilly Gill, but let's go to an island. First I make you smile, but I'd rather buy you diamonds. And if I'm far away from you, the ring will be reminded that nobody can do the girl I do, I treat you kindly. And I ain't trying to flatter you, but I think you're the finest. Damn, you can't think, I hope you don't go on a diet. I can't want you some president tonight, I will be blinded. Watch chain rings, here the rings, and they shining. You should know that my baby, but you can call it icy. So tell your bitch I hate on me, I don't want him to lie.
YouTube, what's going on? Thanks for coming back to my show. Really appreciate it. This video is about the free agency in 2010. I'm doing a series on why LeBron should go to this team and go to that team. Before I continue that series, I want to explain to you guys how the free agency works and what's the players' mindsets and the team's mindset. So let's get that started. I'll go with the basics here. Basically, the free agency starts on July 1st. Now, if you're not an avid NBA fan, you probably don't know that. And if you watch ESPN and all these different things, you probably think free agency is right now, the way they're talking about LeBron, but it's not. It doesn't start officially till July 1st. Even the teams that are available to get these players, when this free agency starts July 1st, they cannot sign them July 1st. They can start signing July 8th. So the NBA gives them the week to, put some paperwork in. Also, give them chances to look at other teams and see if you want to go here, you want to go there. Well, if you go here, we can match it and things like that. That's why they give them at least a week. So let's talk about LeBron James' scenario and let's see what he's thinking going into free agency. What happens is in the NBA, the NBA wants to keep everybody on an even playing field. So what happens? That's why they have the draft and things like that. That's why they have a salary cap. Now, even though the New York Knicks have a lot more money than, let's say, the Minnesota Timberwolves, everybody has to fall under salary cap, okay? And next year's salary cap is projected to be at about $56.1 million for every team per year. That's what they can, use to sign or pay the players that are on the roster. Now, obviously, every team is going to go over that, and I'll get into those logistics in another video. But basically, the max contract, according to projected salary of $56.1 million, is they can sign them to a 6-year, about $125.5 million salary. 6 years, okay? Any other team can only sign them for 5 years at $96.1 million, okay? So you're probably wondering why can the Cleveland Cavaliers sign up for 6 years, but any other team can only sign up for 5. Well, here's why. The NBA system is set up so that there is an incentive to re-sign with your own team. For example, if a team homegrows a player or a rookie player and he turns out to be a superstar, the NBA wants that team to have the best chance to keep that player on the team. Okay, because he wants, the NBA wants one guy to play with one franchise, like a Reggie Miller or a Michael Jordan before he retired for a few years and went to the Wizards, and the Magic Johnson with the Lakers and things like that. They want to keep that star homegrown because they have already established a fan base with them, and it's just good for sports in the NBA. Okay. Next year, guys like Chris Bosh, LeBron James, and all that, their max salaries, because they're getting like 15 and some change $1 million this year. Okay. Now, year one, so if they sign with another team for the 6 years, okay, if they sign, either do a sign and trade or they sign with their team, this was going to happen. Next year, their salary is going to start at 105% of what it is now. So it's going to be roughly about 16 point something next year for the first year of the 6th year. Okay. Now we're going to compare if LeBron went to the Cavaliers or if he stayed the Cavaliers and went to another team. So his first year with the Cavs would be about 16.6 million, and then if he went to another team, it'd be 16.6 million too. So the first year would be the same. Okay. Now after the first year, the increases for LeBron would be 10.5% of what his salary is every single year between year 1 and year 5. Okay, so if he stays with the Cavs, it'd be a 10.5% increase in his salary. Now, if he goes to another team, it'd only be an 8% increase, which is about a $5 million difference over that span. Okay. Now, once that 6th year comes, the team that signed LeBron James cannot give him a $25 million bonus at the end of it, like the Cavaliers can. The Cavaliers give him $25 million at the end of that contract. So not only is he making, if LeBron James stayed with Cavaliers, not only is he making more money per year, year 2 through 5, he's making, remember I said 10.5% increase on that $16.6 million between year 2 and 5. If he goes to another team, he'll get an increase on the $16.6 million that first year, but only get 8% between year 2 and 5. But what the Cavs can do, because the NBA has set it up this way so he can stay as an incentive, is they give him $25 million at the end of that, fifth year, so that 6th year. So that's a big increase. So it's a total of about almost $30 million in between year 2 and year 6. So that's a big deal. So what ended up happening for it to be a win-win for everybody? The NBA will allow players like LeBron, D. Wade, and Chris Bosh to do what's called a sign and trade. And what a sign and trade is, basically that team, the Cavaliers, have the they don't own the rights to LeBron James, but they have the Larry Bird exception on that, and I'll explain that in another video. Basically, like I said, they get first dibs on LeBron because they can pay him more. So what they'll do is they'll do a sign and trade. They'll sign LeBron to the $125.5 roughly million 6-year contract, and then what they'll do is they'll trade him to the team that really wants him, and then that team will give them some bargaining chips or some trade or some assets to whatever the Cavaliers and that team works out. So that way, it's a win-win. Even though it's not a win if the LeBron leaves Cavaliers, because Cavaliers definitely don't want him to leave, but at least Cavaliers can get something back. So, for example, if LeBron decides to go to Chicago and he does a sign and trade with the Bulls, and the Bulls can get a Luol Deng and a Heinrich, they can put that package together, trade them for LeBron, and then still LeBron can get his $125.5 million and then go to the Chicago Bulls. So it works out for both teams. Cleveland will get something back. Chicago obviously get the best player in the NBA, and LeBron's happy because he still gets a 6 years, $125.5 million. So that's what's probably going to happen with LeBron James, because not only does he want more money than 125.5 for 6 years. This is if he leaves Cleveland. He wants that $125.5 million for 6 years. He also does not want to leave Cleveland high and dry, because he's going to feel bad already if he's leaving. But just to leave and not give nothing back to the Cavaliers, he's not that type of guy. He is very loyal, but he has to do what's best for him and his family. So I do believe that if he does leave, he definitely 99% chance he'll do a sign and trade. Okay, so guys, I hope that helped you, give you more insight on how the free agency works. Like I said, LeBron James is the biggest free agent in NBA history, in my opinion. Where he goes is going to change the league probably in the next 8 to 12 years, and his decision is riding on where he has the best chance to win. That's what he says. So we'll see. Chris Bosh, D. Wade, and all those guys are seeing where he's going to go, because he's the man. So everybody knows wherever he goes, that's the best chance to not only win a championship, but win multiple championships. So once again guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. Please subscribe, please comment, and please rate. Tell your friends about our channel, on this channel here. It's ours because you guys watch it too, so I appreciate it. And also, remember guys, always treat people how you want to be treated. You know that. Whatever your mind can believe and achieve, it can. And whatever your mind can believe and conceive, your mind can achieve. So just remember that. And anything that you want to be, you can be. And don't let anybody tell you you can't be. Okay? Because remember, if somebody's hating on you or saying something bad about you, believe me, it's for a reason. Haters always got to pay attention to somebody that's doing something well. So welcome the haters, because if nobody's hating on you, then you're not doing anything. So you got to do something for people to hate on you. Okay? Thanks a lot, guys. Once again, subscribe, comment, and rate. And don't forget to wash your face and brush your teeth. Thanks.